into Fresh Heat Radio.
Fresh Heat Radio. You already know what this is. Z.
Yes, sir. You already know. It's your boy Z Heat out here back at you once again. And you already know who I'm with, the one and only FreshhMann, the Freshie out here. AKA the best man at my motherfucking wedding. So everybody knows. Which brings us into our time. Actually, before we get into the topic, because it's been a minute since we've been here. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button one time. Yeah, I mean, make sure y'all tuning in with us. I want to say every week, but y'all just tune in when we tell y'all to tune in. Y'all know if you hit that like and subscribe, hit that little bell, you already know when we coming online because you're going to get a notification. So make sure you follow us, and we're going to get into what we talking about this week, which is what, though?
Shout out, and first and foremost, shout out to the man of the hour, a.k.a. your favorite heat sauce, a.k.a. not Miami, but Charlotte Heat, a.k.a. Hot Heat out this boy. Don't worry about him. Taking a big plunge, no swimming pool. Taking a big kerosene, no lighter. That boy a fighter. He out here in the white zone. Get it right. Look at the left hand. We out here. Don't get me hyped in these streets. Z, since you gave me the honor of being your best man, let me talk about some things and some steps that you had to go through. Before y'all even think about taking the plunge, see, run them through some pros and cons of wedding planning. What do you do and what do you not do? Just give them top three.
Top three of the days. All right, so me and Shantae, we got engaged back last December. We just got married October 10th. So we've been spending an extensive. Yeah, right. Of course. Shout out to Tasty all day because the one. But we've been in an extensive planning period for this day, and my baby has been definitely carrying the load for a lot of it. You know what I mean? And everything came out gorgeous. Though you was there, you already know the event was a wonderful event. You know what I mean? The event was a gorgeous event. And I mean, but we definitely learned some very, very valuable lessons that I would like to pass on to those listening on. You know what I mean? Some things that I definitely like how we did it, how things played out, and some things that we both have learned talking in the aftermath that we could have probably did a little bit different, you know what I mean, to make sure things we got what we want. So I'm going to hit you with my top three things first that I feel like that we did great, right? Good news, bad news. I'm going to hit you with the top three things that I feel like we did great. Number one, right? That's the number one thing that you got to do. You get out there, you pick your vendors early. We got engaged in December. I want to say by the end of February, we had all of our vendors locked in for a date in October, right? You know what I mean? So we had all of that. And that's good to get your vendors in early. That's good to get your dates locked in early. That's good to get your venue locked in early because it puts you in a position to where you don't have to stress about it, you know what I mean, come down the line.
Listen.
Number two thing I think we did very, very good, or the one thing that we ended up coming out with is getting a wedding planner towards the end of it, right? Because the wedding planner was essential to pulling it all together last minute because you just physically can't be there to do everything. It's impossible. You can't be in the wedding and run and manage the wedding at the same time. It's too much stress. And that was one of the things we brought on a wedding planner later on in the game. You know what I mean? When the plate just got a little bit too full and she was readily available to take some things off of that plate and handle it for us. But now going into it, one of the things I can tell you that I wish we would have did better, and I'll elaborate more, is to get her on the team probably a little bit earlier. But that depends on how you run it at the end of the day. In a second, I say the number third thing anyway that I feel like that we did damn good was. There's a couple things, man. There was a couple things out there that we did. I want to say overall, we coordinated everything fairly well. Everything got coordinated fairly well. It was a lot of moving pieces. I think we did make a couple things harder on ourselves overall, but we still came out with a very good final product as far as planning the event, as far as picking out everything, as far as color coordinating the color palette, everything, the decorating, everything came out pretty damn good at the end of the day. You know? So I'm definitely liking how we did all of that. Getting into the top 3 things that I feel like we could do a little bit better.
The cons.
It was no real cons. It was no real cons to the whole situation. Everything was pretty solid. I can't say there was anything that I just would have rather did. It's just, you don't know unless you get in there, right? You know what I mean? So we did a lot of things. I felt like we're good. And then aftermath was just like, yo, we probably could have made this a little bit easier on ourselves. One of the things I want to say, I love the venue that we picked. As far from the visual standpoint, it was a gorgeous venue. Really couldn't have got no better. Botanical Gardens, it was prime for photos. Everybody was out there looking good. The weather ended up being nice for us. It was great. My lady picked a wonderful venue that had it.
Shout out to the Botanical Gardens for morphing your style to make it just like a classy venue. Like, it wasn't just the outside. A lot of people think it was like the outside, but even when it transitioned in, you really forgot like that was a hallway, and it like morphed into like a nice sitting area where it was just lit. AC was on, ambiance was on point. The pictures kind of meshed with outside, and it like fused on the inside. Shout out to the vision from the Heat. That was clutch. That
I don't get married. The best possible thing that happens today is that I get married. You know what I mean? So as long as I get married today, we Gucci. Whoever's there is there. I already know the pastor gonna be there. We got the minister en route. We already got the marriage license. I'm getting married today. Everything else is irrelevant at that. So you got to keep that at the forefront the entire time, because it's so easy to go down the rabbit hole of all the details to realistically, nobody is gonna know that it was wrong except you.
And that's so
nobody's
true.
gonna know.
And that's so true. And
Nobody's
no
gonna
matter
know.
what happens, everybody's enjoying themselves, and then you already know you got an open bar, so that kill everybody's memory real quick, so you good.
There's 2 things. That's what I'm saying. If you want anything, the 3 things that you need to have a successful wedding is a minister, a solid DJ, and an open bar. You know what I mean? Like outside of that, you know what I mean? Even if the food was bad, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna be talking about how bad the food was.
Because it's free.
They don't nobody care. It's free, and they just gonna go get something to eat afterwards. Worst case scenario, you know what I mean? Like, don't nobody care about if the food is bad. You know, like they want, like I said, the things that you want to make sure you got a minister there to make sure that y'all actually get married. And I said once again, the photographer. I'll throw that in there too. The photographer is going to be an important piece of the puzzle, because you want somebody that's gonna be able to capture the moment, not just capture the moment, but capture the moment how you want the moment to be captured. That's important. It's your event.
You're right.
It's your event. So to list certain things, a certain looks, or a certain vibe that you want to be captured, it's important that you can communicate that to who the person is that's going to be doing it, because like most photographers, they're artists, right? Photography is an art form, and every photographer is a type of artist, and with like any other type of artist, it's all about perspective. You know what I mean? So how one artist may feel something should look, another artist may feel something completely different. And it's your job as the customer to explain it to, you know what I mean, the photographer, and paint that picture, or else you leave yourself at the mercy of going whatever picture they decide to paint. And that's hard when you don't know what you want. So with it, going into the photography part once more, I would suggest that you just go into it having a little bit more idea of what you're looking for. That way you have a better idea of what to expect, right? Because if you don't have any expectations, then it's really hard to know if you're getting what you were expecting, right? You know what I mean? Until the aftermath. So nah, yo. So what you? I mean, I ain't the only one who married around here, though. I mean, you've been married a lot longer than me, boy.
Absolutely.
I would say, what you got?
Honestly, you hit a lot of things like straight on. I mean, for me, I would definitely say for the main part, I would say the only difference I think between like yours and mine, which is crazy because he definitely had them khaki suits too. That joke's so funny to me. But I think the only difference is we did have the wedding planner, and I saw what the difference made. Like, I saw the difference between like being able to literally throw your hands up day of, day before, even through the week. They just give you your weekly updates. Necessary, I would say honestly yes, with the stress level, because a little bit of things that you might have forgot on your own, like they already got that in a wrap. And that was coming from VA to Kansas City, Missouri too. So a lot of things, and let them handle it. I would say that was a plus that we did. A con was worrying about who didn't come. Like, I think that should have been the farthest thing from my mind. I know, Z, you had a situation. My guy, I definitely had a situation with my own aunt. Like, that sucked. And I was like, we talking blood aunt. Like, so that was one of those ones I think I paid a little too much focus to. And I should have also enjoyed the moment of like who was there. I think it's like, you know, hindsight. You always think about, again, like Z already said, like you think about what didn't happen, but you're not thinking about what is going to plan. Like I had my squad, I had my parents there. Like Z said, the minister was there, and that was my godfather, so that was clutch. Like my grandmother got to see it before she passed. Like a lot of key elements I don't think I paid enough homage, for lack of better words, to, but I was more so focused on what didn't, and like really harping on that disappointment. However, you don't realize how much of an emotional moment and how much of a monumental moment that is until you're actually in the whole shebang bang. So I'm not gonna top all those 1 and 2, 3 like you did. I just want to hit those. I think the pro for us was wedding planner. Con was the mental status, I guess. But I mean, we're all human. Hindsight's 20/20 anyway. But I think reflecting on yours, I think my biggest pro for me was like, as your best man, really seeing it as 2 minds of planning coming together. Like, however much you didn't contribute as far as like ideas, like you really couldn't tell because it looked like her voice wasn't really authoritative in that moment, but you kind of took over, was like, yo, let's quarterback this thing. Yo, y'all go over here, y'all do this, blah, blah, blah. And then how y'all used your resources to make it all work. Even though it wasn't any gaps, it looked even better. Like y'all took it to another level, and I really appreciated that. So that was clutch too. So all in all, like I said, I loved it. I had fun. It was definitely dope. It worked out for the best. And I think even the mishaps that we could have looked at for yours ended up being a huge strength, because we got to add, or you got to add your brother into that thing. Like your blood brother now, you got to add up in there. And I think that was clutch.
Yo, so and that's I mean, like you said, at the end of the day, there's really not too many cons. I really don't even want to use the word cons, because there wasn't a bad moment in the situation. You know what I mean? Like, it was just things that we probably leaned on a little bit harder that we probably didn't need to, or it was a couple things. You know what I mean? Like we the unnecessary stress. It's hard not to get emotional. You know what I mean, in this thing, because it's your event. It's not just your event, but it's a wedding. It's something that's only going to happen once. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's so easy to go down that rabbit hole and you lose sight of what's truly important for the event versus what's not important overall. And you'll get so locked into the fine details of stuff just because you have so many options and so many choices to make consistently that overall it really don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, it genuinely do not matter what color napkin.
It really
right?
don't.
You know what I mean?
It really don't.
It don't. But when you're making that decision, it's like, yo, damn, yo, like, wait, what color napkins you finna pick? Oh, this is a big deal. Like, I don't want to get the wrong color. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy to get caught up in the hype of it, which is why it's so easy to get taxed for that shit, because you're making decisions, you're making financial decisions in a very high emotional state, right? And that's a terrible, terrible time to make financial decisions. It's like going to the grocery store hungry.
You're right.
It's the worst time to go grocery shopping. You don't want to go when you're hungry, because everything sounds good. It's the exact same thing when you're planning a wedding in a very high emotional state and you're making financial decisions. Everything sounds good. So if it's something that you just feel like you really want right now at this moment, yeah, $1,000 don't sound like that much. You know what I mean? But in the aftermath, when it's all said and done, it's like, Yeah, bro, I don't even remember seeing the goddamn flowers out there. Really, yo, like, it's stuff I don't even remember seeing at the wedding. I know it was there. It was in the plans. It got set up. You know what I mean? I don't even remember seeing the shit. We done paid for all the plates. I barely ate.
Oh, and that's back too. I'm gonna tell you right now. I know. I saw at least 7 places that was still full. Like Cats was not even worried about that. Cats was worried about y'all. Like they was really focused on you. Now maybe for the older people, I do see the food piece there because I think they need to eat. I get that. But like for like the main bridal party, I saw them walk around the open bars and I get around the open food. Like for real.
And everybody rotated over to the bar. I mean, even with the open bar, it was an open bar. I might have, not a tremendous amount of drinks all night. I know by the time I circle back around, everybody already hit up all the whiskey. I was like, well, dang. I guess we drinking light now. I guess we drinking light now. It's just so many different things. You know what I mean? Like even all the way up to the day of it's so easy to get lost in the fine details and lose sight of the overall big picture. And the reality situation is the only thing that really truly matters on the day of your wedding. If don't nothing else go right, and you're the only person that knows what's right and what's wrong on the day of your wedding. If don't nothing else go right, genuinely, the only thing that matters is that you still your dude. Right? You know what I mean? And as long as you get married on the day that you said to get married, then it can't have gone that bad, right? It couldn't have been that bad. You know what I mean? I can't imagine the worst wedding day ever. Like, did you get married?
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all still?
I don't care if you.
Yeah, we still.
Like, you're good here.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
About the purpose of why you're here. Like, let's not forget about that.
Precisely. Right. I'm here to jump the broom. You know what I mean? and once we jumped the broom, it was mission accomplished. But that whole goddamn shit could have went up in flames after we jumped the broom. Whatever. I'll see y'all at the hotel and then party over. I guess it don't matter. I don't care. I don't care. We've already done this. You know what I mean? Now, if something would have happened and they were talking about, nah, you can't get married today, then yeah, I'm about to flip something over in this bitch. Now I'm mad. Because what did we plan all this for if I can't do this today? Right? You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest thing. So that's my biggest takeaway of the whole thing for real. Pros and cons is to just don't get so caught up in the fine details of stuff that you lose sight of the overall picture, and you really got to truly understand the difference between what's important and what's not important. You know what I mean? Just so you don't get caught up on the not important stuff, because it's really easy. It's really easy to get in your feelings about who's coming and who's not coming. Right? You know what I mean? Like you said, it's really easy to get in your feelings about, a plethora of stuff. Brought a gift, who didn't bring a gift. You know what I mean? Who got on what clothes, who's wearing what, you know what I mean? When you're getting into the outfits and the details of the outfits, bro, outside of the bride and groom, I was low-key, for a split second, stressing out about what y'all was gonna wear, the groomsmen. It's easy getting me dressed. I get myself dressed every day. It's easy, right? You know what I mean? Like, I know how to do that very well. I wasn't worried about I procrastinated a bit, but at the end of the day, you see what I had on. It was one of them things like, I know I can pull it together if I need to. I ain't never had to get 5 other people dressed.
Ain't that special?
And one of them was a female. Bruh, Keita, I was like, girl, what you want me to tell you?
How you about to roll this?
I need you to come through on this, because if you ask me to pick out your outfit, that's not gonna work for me, right? You know what I mean?
I can't do it. I dressed in that one.
And I have my boys out there looking good, right? You know what I mean? Because that's the extent of my experience. You know what I mean? I can't do nothing that I don't know how to do. You know what I mean? But you just can't stress out about it. I didn't stress about it. Keita came through. She came through matching everybody else like I needed her to match everybody else. We was out there looking decent. Yeah, the whole squad. Yeah, everybody was looking good.
Z, honestly, like, if there was something you could go back and maybe trim the price on, what would it be? No. If it was something that maybe you could have added, like, what would it have been? No, because you know what? That's about to be in part 2. We done here. It's a wrap. Don't try to get excited. Y'all got to tune back in. We're not giving y'all too much on Wedding 101, part 1. What do you do? What do you not do? What can you trim? What can you not trim? But it doesn't matter because Fresh Heat Radio is back again.
Yes,
Sign
sir.
them off, man. Sign them off.
Absolutely. You already know what it is. It's Fresh Heat Radio. One more time, it's your boy Z Heat and your boy Zo Freshy, aka the FreshhMann. And we hitting y'all with another one. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Type it in the comments, any topics that y'all want to talk about, anything that y'all want to hear about. Go home, put that down there. We checking all of that out. As always, it's been a pleasure. And we gonna holler at y'all again real soon. In the meantime, y'all make sure y'all take care out there.